This is Tom Painter again. I have my good friend, Mr. Kurt Mortensen, on with me. Today we're going to be talking about small businesses and how small businesses work. And our good friend, Mr. Steve Gibson, has a book that he's created that he's allowing us to be able to give out because we want to help you get your small businesses off the ground. That's one of the crucial things that we're doing, is getting that small business up and running. And so I got my good friend Kurt Mortensen on here. The foundation with all of its wonderful classes wouldn't exist without Kurt. And so he's been a good friend of mine for decades, and he's been wonderful to work with the foundation. So Kurt's going to come on, and we're going to be talking about creating family prosperity, and especially how to get those small businesses up and running. Kurt, thanks for being here, and take it away.
Good to be here. Thanks, Tom. Pat yourself on the back for being here to learn these skills, getting those skills you don't learn in school. And I want to get a pad of paper out. We're going to do some brainstorming, some thinking to start your business, grow your business, enhance your business. That side hustle you need. That's the key to financial independence. That's a key to freedom. That's a key to eventually having more time as we go through this. So I want to go through some of the sections. There's a new, if you take a look at the screen here, Creating Family Prosperity. It's a new book on the Success of Money Foundation site that you have access to. It's a great start. I want to go through some other modules so you know what you have access to, but you start brainstorming where you need to start, what you need to work on. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where do you need to focus on? Where can you start? So let's brainstorm together where you're just getting started, not sure what to start in a business, or maybe you've already started, you need to grow it, enhance it, and multiply it as we go through it. But before we start, let me share a story. My early mentor is Jim Rohn. He's a famous speaker, business philosopher. He's passed away, but he was my early mentor here in the United States. And I was excited to work with him, mentor with him. And there's a group of us that went to dinner one night with Jim, and I got to sit across from him. And we were just talking, bantering. There was silence. And he turned to me and he looked at me. He says, "Kurt, tell me about your goals, your dreams, your aspirations." And I kind of know that's a big question from the mentor, right? The guru. Like, well, so I want to accomplish this. I want to be wealthy. I want to build this. And it wasn't happening as fast as I wanted. I was a little frustrated. So, I blamed a few people along the way, the economy, things that are happening. And he stopped me. He said, "Kurt, stop. For things to change, you must change. And for things to get better, you must get better." I'm like, whoa. In fact, let me add a word to that. For your income to change, you must change. And for your income to get better, you must get better. And that's what we're doing today. That's why you're on these courses. That's why you go to Success of Money Foundation, to get better. And then the second, beach or own a piece of the beach. And wow, because everyone likes to go to the beach, but can you own a piece of the beach? That is the key. So what that means is delayed gratification, a little hard work up front is going to pay off for your children, for your future. That's the key. I want you to think about that. So let's go through the lessons in the Creating Family Prosperity here. And again, get the pad of paper out. We're brainstorming. My idea is going to trigger an idea. Is this something you need to start, work on, do? Let's just go through some of them and talk about a few of these things that you can definitely work on. So the first lesson we talked a little bit about last week is that mindset. You have to feel wealthy before you become wealthy. Are you stuck on money's the root of all evil? Or do you really believe you can bless the world? I mean, why do we pursue wealth? Makes you a better person, takes care of your family, and what you become a better person, and more important, to give back, to help out. So why are you stuck in poverty? Why do you want to be wealthier? Those are questions you need to ask yourself. How do you want to change the world? Remember, the best thing to help a poor person is not be poor yourself. You're going to be able to change lives. So the third bullet there, we're taught about money. Money blesses lives. It's neutral. It's neither good nor bad. I mean, you could use it for great evil. You can use it for great good, right? You can go to any scriptural text in around the world. And sometimes there's confusing scriptures that might throw you off. But it's the love of money that's the root of all evil. It's not the money itself. If you love money more than everybody else, more than your children, that would be evil. What is the best way to move posterity? So this is what this chapter is about. It's the mindset. Is that an issue for you to get yourself out of that mindset? Because what you think tends to happen. And when you tell yourself, I'm wealthy, does that make you nervous? Do you believe it? A lot of books will tell you to do affirmations. I'm rich, I'm wealthy, and I'm a millionaire. And that works for people. But when you say that to yourself, do you believe it? But let me just tell you this, the more you tell you, what happens is a lot of times people say, I'm a millionaire, and your conscious mind goes, no, you're not, you're broke. But if you keep telling yourself that, I'm wealthy, I'm successful, I'm a millionaire, though that doubt will start to erode away and it'll eventually happen. Okay, so there's the traditional money views. What did your parents teach you? God wants you to be successful, right? And your actions, your habits will get into you will determine your poverty and prosperity. So there's no righteousness, wickedness here. You're changing the world. You're going to help out. You're going to give back. And don't listen to the people around you that says, well, money's not important, because they don't have any. That's why they say that. You'll never hear a successful person say that, because it is used to improve and change the world, improve and change your life, and to give back, to help out. That is the key. So that's the first lesson. That's why we start there, because until you're right up here, it doesn't matter. I mean, your computer could be the best computer in the world, but if it doesn't have good software mindset, it's not going to perform. All right. So that's lesson number one. Think about that. Where do you need to work on? And let me just say, you've never arrived here. As Tom talked about, Think and Grow Rich, we're always working on this. It's not like, oh, check. And all these things, we're always improving and growing. It's never like, oh, I'm done. We're growing in these areas. All right. So if that's an area you need to start, there's the first lesson. The second lesson, okay, is personal habits. Last week, we also talked about time management. Are you spending major time on minor things? Are you doing the easiest things first instead of the most important things first? Are you using that 4-hour block of the day when you're the sharpest to do the most important things? So own up. You're probably wasting 1 to 2 hours a day. Like, no, I'm so busy. No, you can multitask. You can get rid of some things that you're wasting your time on. Social media. Man, if you're really serious about becoming successful and getting rid of those things that suck the life out of you, suck your time away, TV, social media, you know what it is. You're on the bus, in the car, you're listening to audios. Are you improving? Are you brainstorming, using your time better? So how do you use your time each day? Do you keep your promises to your spouse? You know, what changes do you want to make? So where can you free up time? We talked about that last time. That is a key thing. So again, everybody has 24 hours. That's no secret there. But what do you get out of that 24 hours? Can you sleep less? Remember we talked about to exercise, that gives you more time. Do you need to map out your day and prioritize your day? Are you spending this time with your family? Remember, with time management, the most important things in your life need to make it on your list. So now, it's time to break your family free from the trap of poverty, blessing with financial success, and habits are key. Now, take a look at your habits. Are they bringing you closer to your goals? Or are they bringing you away from your goals? What habits do you need to change, improve? Now, everyone's like, well, change your habit. Or a couple of things they say, 21 days to make a habit. Well, it's a good start, but you got to maintain it. I've done a lot of things for 21 days and it didn't become a habit. So it's a good start. But here's the big thing that will help you with habits. Identify those habits that are taking time away from you, those bad habits that are not income producing activities. And don't people say, stop, quit your habit. No, replace your habit. That is the key. So if I had a bad habit of eating ice cream at midnight, that's probably a bad habit. Fun, but bad. And I'd replace it. Maybe going for a walk, replace it with carrots. So I could replace it with a walk, replace it with carrots, replace it with yogurt, whatever it is. That seems to be key. So when you feel the urge to eat the ice cream, to go to social media, I've replaced it. So if I have an urge to go to social media, now, instead of going to social media, I'm going to go to successandmoneyfoundation.org, right? And do some personal development, some improvement. So I'm still online, I'm still doing it, but it's a different thing. And that's an income producing activity. Social media is not an income producing activity. Okay, that is the key. Replace your habit with something else. So identify those habits. What are they? We all have them. You have some good habits too. Replace those. And I would add to that too, that we notice with successful people, they start the day with a victory, right? There's a famous book here in the United States about a general in the military that says, make your bed. So you're talking to the incoming cadets, just make your bed in the morning. Just make your bed. That's a victory. Do 20 push-ups, a victory. Take a cold shower. That's healthy. That's a victory. So try to have a few victories in the morning that helps you throughout the day and stick to your habits. Okay, lesson number 3. Again, hopefully you're writing these down. We're brainstorming. Now we're getting to the nitty-gritty here. Why is creating a job better than getting a job? Because you've been brainwashed. Go get a corporate job, work for someone else. They'll take care of you. Lie, lie, lie. There's no security. You've been fired. Excuse me. There's more security in working for yourself than somebody else. So that is why. In the long run, it takes a while to get things going, and you can start while you're working for another company. That's why you have a side hustle. Your goal is your side hustle to become the big hustle, the big business. That is the key. That's what you want. So that is what you need to think about. Get it out of your mind. Oh, I need job security. Job security is working for yourself, having your own business. Everybody that has one will tell you that, because everyone that's worked for a large company has been fired. How is that job security? So that is why, because working for others is risky. You know, you could get fired, you could get cut. I mean, there's so many things that they don't provide a lot of training. They don't care about as much as you. And in fact, when you have a business and you have employees, you'll probably take better care of your employees than they're taking care of you. This is why this is so important. So think about it. Get that out of your mind, that belief that, oh, gotta have job security. No. And don't panic. I'm not expecting you to quit right now. That is the key of a side hustle. Building it, building it, building it, building it. Hour or two a day, building it. Having somebody help you, building it to the point where you're making more money in your side hustle than you are at the corporate or the big job or the job that you have now. So that holds a lot of people back that, oh, job security. There's no job security there. So think about that. In what way is working for myself by creating my own job better than getting a job? That is why. Now, in some areas, it's nearly impossible to get a job. And that's part of having connections and knowing people, getting the right training. But as you create employment for yourself, you become a master of your destiny. That is the key. So if that's an issue for you, this is a great section to go through. There's questions, there's fill in the blanks, there's grids, there's charts to fill out. If you're just getting started, you might want to start from the very beginning of this book. Again, it's on successandmoneyfoundation.org. It's a great resource. So let's continue our brainstorming here. Lesson 4, how can I recognize and seize a good opportunity? So I want a side hustle. I fixed my brain. I'm fixing my habits. I'm managing my time. Some of you already have a business or thoughts. Let's go through some of these. You know, when you look at the word business, you know, we know what that means. And sometimes we have ideas. Are they worth it? Will people pay for it? So think about it. If you have an idea and you're not quite sure, ask your neighbors, would you pay for this? Ask a stranger. Hey, can I ask you a quick question? I'm doing a poll. I'm doing a survey. Because I've been stuck there. I thought I've had the greatest idea in the world. I was afraid to tell people. It was so good. And then when I finally told somebody, like, well, that's dumb. I'm like, oh, it kind of hurt my feelings, but I'd rather, right, instead of going down that path, down a dumb feeling, putting money and time into it, ask people. I'm telling you, you're too close to it. Start asking, not your mom, because your mom will always say, oh, that's great. Ask someone that'll give you good feedback. And that's what Tom's really good at. He'll give you straightforward feedback. No, dumb, good. And you know, and that's what you want. It's don't tie it to your feelings. Ask your neighbors, would they pay for it? Right? And what opportunities are unique to your area, your location? What's unique to your skills and interests? Let me add, what are you passionate about? What do you really love? What do you want to change in the world? What do you want to change in the community? What businesses can you improve? What is something that your family could use, your neighbors could use, right? Brainstorm, think it, take time to be alone with your thoughts to really think, what would people pay for that could save them time, energy, resources, help their family, help them be happier, help them fill in the blank. That's what you're looking for. Because, you can do, if you look at the main ideas there, the four main types of businesses, you can do retail, service, wholesale, manufacturing. You probably won't go into, manufacturing right away. You might, if you're good at creating something, building something, making cabinets, fill in the blank, agriculture, what are the type of business? Is it more of a service business? Are you good at plumbing? Are you good at home repairs? What is it that you're good at, that you like to do, you're good at doing, that people will pay for, that you can do? And so you're looking for that IGA that they call income producing activities. But as Tom says, what problem can you solve? You're solving problems. What problems do your neighbors have, the community have, your country have, families day to day? What problems they have? What can you solve? What are your talent, skills? And even if you didn't have the talent or skill, but had the desire and passion to learn it, go for it. Might take a little longer, and that's okay, because you're pursuing something that's exciting to you, that you're passionate about, that you want to do. That's the key. So even if you knew nothing about it, and I've done that before, where I've taken on projects, I was clueless, but I was intrigued, I was interested, I was passionate about it. And it was a lot of fun. It took me longer, but it took me down the path of something that was really exciting to me. So what problems can you solve? What are you excited about? But then again, go do a poll, go do a survey, or even, surveymonkey.com, send it to all your social media or your family and friends, and says, I'm thinking about these 3 business ideas. Which one do you like the most? Again, open up, see what they think, see what the majority of people think, not just one person, the majority of people. You talk to strangers. I'm doing a quick poll. Out of these 3, which ones would you buy? Which one would you do? Talk to people, do some polls. SurveyMonkey's free, to where you just send it out, and people, it takes them seconds, but that information is so valuable to you. So that's lesson number 4. All right, lesson number 5. What must I know to make money in business? Okay. Am I on the right screen here? There we go. So what must I know to make money in business? Consider these questions as you prepare for this, right? Why are some of my neighbors who run small businesses in their homes still poor? Right? Why is that? They're doing what we're asking you to do. And it's going to be these next lessons. They're not keeping track of inventory. They're just going through the motions. They're just, some cultures, you just make enough money to survive that day. And we got to get past that mindset. So no, let's make money to survive for a month. And then we can reinvest it and grow your business. And it's great that you made enough money to survive that day. And that's a big detriment for a lot of countries that get stuck in poverty, is that, well, I made enough today. I got enough food for today. I'll make more tomorrow. No, let's make enough for 3 days, for 5 days, reinvest it, grow your business, get employees. That's where the growth comes from. So sometimes the mindset is just a today, or they're not keeping track of inventory or cash flow. They really don't know how much money they've made. And we'll get into some of those, right? Why do neighbors who make small crafts never seem to sell them? Well, people don't want them, or they're not opening their mouth. Okay. What are the most important things I need to do every day to make money in your business? It's probably going to be marketing, opening your mouth, asking people to purchase. We've talked about those sales skills, those people skills. And that's been my passion in life. Is I look at entrepreneurs and I look at the failure rates. I mean, they're doing something they're passionate about. It just breaks my heart to say they're good at what they do, but they don't know how to market. They don't know how to sell. And it's easy to learn. What's easy? Something you can do. You're not born a salesman. You're not born a persuader. You can learn those skills. I promise you, you can learn those skills. And that's something you need to think about. What skills do you need to have? What personal development? But for most entrepreneurs, they spend so much time on the product, they don't think about the marketing, the sales, opening their mouth. I've trained thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of salespeople, and entrepreneurs to become salespeople, and that is the key. You learn that. That's the key. It's like, wow, why did I learn this 10 years ago? So take a look at the main ideas there. Business owners can make money in Jeb modeling, they call it. So gathering, getting things together, what you've gathered, how can you make it better? So that's one business model to where you can purchase something, make something, enhance it, make it better, and then you market it. And then, of course, correct pricing. We've talked about that before here. What's the market? Don't fight on price. Anybody can do that. Only 6% of the things we have are bought on price, right? But everyone says too expensive, can't afford it, because you haven't shown the value. But let me just tell you, the challenge with most entrepreneurs, they don't charge enough. I was taught early on that create a price, right? Create the price and then add a zero. Take a deep breath and add a zero to it, because you're probably not charging enough. Be the best, be unique, be different, so you don't have to fight on price, because you're never going to win that battle. And you're better than that, to where you can add value. Maybe it's your service, your integrity, you've made it a little better, your warranty, whatever it is. Don't fight on price, okay? And then lesson number 6 here. All right, what must I do to make money in business? All right, so how does a person make money? What activities? So what activities do you need to have? What can I do to reduce the chance of losing money? You don't want to do that. And I love that 4th bullet there, is what can you buy on credit? What can somebody give you for a week, for a month, that you can sell for cash in your neighborhood? If you can get 10 items for $1 a piece and sell them each for $2 a piece, get those on credit, you're going to double your money every month. And there are a lot of people that are willing to do that. And they're like, well, we don't know who you are. Well, just get one. Just give me one this week, and I'll come back and I'll get 2 next week. Start building trust in the community. Get things on credit. I'll pay you on Friday. Give you time to sell it to double the money in the marketplace. So that's something to think about. So some other ideas there. Practice separate entities. Keep your business money, your side hustle money, separate from your home money. Pay yourself a livable salary, right? Be nice later, buy low, sell high. You can use multiple suppliers. Make sure with your inventory that you start with the oldest inventory first. We talked about buying credit and selling on cash. And my favorite one is don't eat your inventory. I know I've had teenagers that were supposed to do a fundraising selling food door to door. They would eat their inventory. I'm like, no, you're eating your profit, but it tastes good. Oh, I'm sure it does, but don't eat your inventory. All right. If your inventory, obviously, if it's a plastic widget, you don't want to eat that, but we're talking about food, if that's what you're selling. So let's break there. We got 6 more lessons to go through. We're brainstorming. Hopefully my ideas are triggering ideas for you as we talk about building your side hustle. It makes a huge difference. For things to change, you must change. Or for things to get better, map it out. You see, and look around the people around you that are running small businesses. Benchmark them. What are they doing well? What can you borrow? Take them to lunch. We always tell people, take a millionaire to lunch. Well, they're a millionaire. They should pay for my lunch. No. If someone's going to spend time with you, buy them lunch if you can. Pick their brain. They have to eat too. It's a surprising. You ask billionaires, very few people ask about. They'd go. They'd let you pick your brain. They love to help out, but very few people ask. So ask it. You see a successful business person or someone you respect in the community. Hey, can we have a meeting? Can we do lunch? Can I buy you lunch? Wow. You talk about learning 2 years of running a business in 1 or 2 hours. That seems to be key. So do it. Create your side hustle. Let's grow it. Let's make it happen. And then we'll go into our next module. We'll give you a few more lessons to start, grow, and enhance your side hustle, your smart business.